actually. Breaking down the Music Mondays staff roles. I think that'll be very, very important. So let's get into it, my friends. So last year, we had a video where we broke down Music Monday staff roles and really kind of gave some details and really kind of broke down everything for anybody that's new or anything like that, or if you just wanted some more information on Music Monday's roles in general. So, let's talk, let's break it down, let's get into it. So, per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting, but Music Mondays is a very interesting media platform, right? Many of you know that I've been in the scene for about 7 years, between music production and writing and helping run other platforms and things like that. But Music Mondays is my first creation, right? So this is obviously not my first rodeo, but this is something that I started from the ground up, right? So one thing that I've had a lot of success with when it comes to team building and things like that is I like to keep a lot of stuff in house. So, for instance, when it comes to the Music Mondays staff team, I think about 90% of our staff are artists themselves. I think we only have like one or two people on the team that don't actually create outside of Music Mondays, right? So, everybody on the team is also a vocalist, a producer, a designer, things like that, right? So they have a more intimate scope of the scene because we're not a very like meme page, mainstream kind of media platform. We support underground artists specifically, right? So new artists, veteran artists, artists that need spotlight. So that's primarily what we focus on. But when it comes down to it, I like to keep the team full of creatives, right? Just so that way they have that creative eye and they know kind of what's right and what's wrong when it comes down to, say reviewing an artist or interviewing an artist or asking certain questions or anything like that. So it's very important that they kind of have an understanding of the scene, right? So I think that's very important. But with that said, we are not opposed to getting non-creatives on the team. You just have to care about the scene, right? You have to care about the integrity of the scene. You have to, you literally have to compare, uh, you know, just a bunch of different stuff. Like you really, really got to care about this shit, right? The future of the scene, the future of independent artists, and really just wanting to help a lot of the newer guys kind of come up, and then of course supporting veteran artists as well, right? To just have the premier platform for all underground artists. So again, I don't think you need to create to understand that. So again, if you're a person who has a lot of love for the scene, and really wants to help out and really wants to start shining some spotlight on newer artists, right? I think that is a very, very important thing, and that's really what Music Mondays is centered around, especially when it comes down to our staff, like I said. So most of our staff have a really good understanding or are very passionate about the scene. So that's one thing I just wanted to get out the way as far as prerequisite goes. Loudest was good. I hope you're well. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. So yeah, that's just kind of some prerequisite stuff. But as far as Music Monday's staff roles go, um, we have about 5 or 6 roles here at Music Mondays, right? So obviously, founder Zomb Slays. I pretty much take care of everything. I oversee everything, and I create content. Um, our first main role is writer slash journalist, right? So if you're a writer for Music Mondays, you'll be putting out an article once per month. Every week, the staff kind of rotates their pieces, and everybody kind of ends up writing about once a month or so. So writing in journalism is pretty much simple. Um, there's not a lot of restrictions that we put on content right now. As Music Mondays grows, you'll see a lot of formats change as far as writing goes and things like that. But for right now, we're not too concerned with like major quality, right, and formatting and things like that when it comes to writing. We just really want to stay on a consistent road and make sure that all of our writers are kind of sharpening their skills and making sure that they're actually getting out pieces that they want to get out, right? So again, you'll be writing reviews, you'll be writing interviews, think pieces. Those are like the 3 things that we tend to focus on when it comes to writing. Every once in a while, you'll see smaller pieces like news and recaps and what's going down at Music Mondays, or maybe like an article on a show or things like that. So really no restrictions when it comes down to writing for Music Mondays. So again, if you're interested in the writer journalist role, definitely let us know, and we'll be happy to um, talk with you more about that for sure. That's one of the only ones where I think a resume would like really help you out. Um, just because you have solid proof of your writing experience and things like that. But if you don't have a resume and you just want to get into writing, that's great too. Music Mondays has absolutely no problem. Um, kind of teaching and showing kind of newer creatives how to write, what they should ask in interviews, things like that. So again, if you're kind of learning and you just want to start, that's great too, and we'll be happy to teach you for sure. So again, if that's a role that you're interested in, that's kind of like a little breakdown of that. So that's writer journalist. I think the next key um, role that we have here at Music Mondays is designer. So of course, the Music Mondays design team is responsible for a lot. You're talking about SoundCloud Sunday covers. You're talking about album covers. You're talking about shit. The Music Mondays logo started from just a basic M, and it slowly sort of evolved and evolved and evolved. Um, so again, designers are pretty much self-explanatory, right? If you want to do freestyle pieces, we'll be happy to promote them for you. If you want to help out with covers, we'll be obviously happy to promote those as well. Um, Again, they're pretty self-explanatory. You're not expected to come up with like full-blown designs and you know, these intricate pieces and things like that. Designers are a little bit more of like a freestyle kind of area. Basically just centered around small things that Music Mondays may need. Like I said, maybe like a graphic or a logo or an album cover or something like that. So again, if you're a designer and you're interested in that, definitely let us know, because we'll be happy to have that conversation with you and potentially add you to the team, right? And again, you'll be credited for pretty much everything you do here at Music Mondays. Obviously, right? Everybody is always credited. That's a big deal. Um, so that's the deal with writer, journalist. That's the deal with designer. I think the next major role that we can kind of break down is curator. So again, a Music Mondays curator, very important. Most people know how to curate music, right? But a curator for Music Mondays is a little bit more detailed. You're kind of always on the lookout for new artists. You're kind of looking at, you know, new music videos. You're searching around. You're refreshing the SoundCloud recommended, and you're really like one of those people that just loves finding new music. Um, so that's a very essential role for us because again, curators are responsible for getting SoundCloud Sunday picks in, all sorts of playlists, right? Like the monthly, underground classics, um, across the pond, right? So we have so many playlists over there on SoundCloud where curators are very important. Um, so again, you'll be helping out with things like that, playlisting, and the majority of that are um, what curators are responsible for. So, um, relatively simple, but very important. Just because it's not really about just like having a bunch of good music, it's more so about finding good music, staying up to date as well. So, very important thing there. So that's the deal with curators. And of course, if you have any more questions, free to drop a comment, send us a message, send us an email, anything like that. And I think the last role that's very important um, is media personality. So again, if you're interested in doing YouTube videos for Music Mondays, if you're interested in doing short form content like TikToks and things like that, uh, definitely let us know because that's a role that I've been looking to fill for quite some time. Um, we have a couple of people that kind of fill that role, and I'm definitely one of those people as well. But we need more for sure. So again, if you're a person that's interested in um really kind of creating any sort of media or anything like that. Again, more so simple stuff, right? Whether it be a one take YouTube video, whether you want to start doing TikToks and really start breaking down certain things on TikTok. Um, I think that would be cool too. But again, Nothing too pressing there. Um, that's one of those roles where I think that'll fill with time, or one of the current Music Monday staff members will um, kind of fill that role as well. But again, those are the four major roles, right? So writers, designers, curators, and media personalities, right? So again, if you're interested in any of those, definitely let us know. Definitely send us a message. No resume required, but definitely preferred. And again, if you would like to start learning any of these kind of roles, definitely send us a message as well, because we'll be happy to teach anybody that's willing to join the team. Of course, Music Mondays um, isn't financially well off yet, right? So everything that we make here at Music Mondays, whether it be from YouTube or the Patreon or anything like that, that goes right back into Music Mondays, right? So we have bills that we have to pay for, whether that's SoundCloud or fucking Twitter, or just general keeping the lights on things. So again, nobody gets paid here at Music Mondays. We do this for free. We do this for the scene. Obviously, as Music Mondays grows, things will change, and we'll be able to kind of shift our focus and start doing bigger and better things when it comes to being financially stable, right? So again, nobody's profiting off of Music Mondays. A lot of this stuff kind of just keeps the lights on, and it keeps us pushing and operating at our current state. So again, obviously, like I said, as things grow, we're going to be switching some moving parts around, and when Music Mondays becomes a little bit more funded, we'll be able to kind of allocate funds properly, right? So, for instance, when you join Music Mondays, you'll gain access to obviously our network of creatives, right, and our large network of staff. But again, you'll have your own um, staff page on the Music Mondays website, and of course, you'll be credited for all your works here at Music Monday. So those are just some of the benefits that you gain here when it comes to that. And then, of course, you kind of have the ability to be able to control your content, right? There aren't a lot of things that I kind of specify. I usually just let the writers and a lot of the curators and the designers really kind of just let their creativity shine when it comes to what we do here at Music Mondays. Unless we need something specific, like I said. But for the most part, it's really a way for people to get their content out as well, right? It was one of those things, man, where I just don't think people see the value um, in it unless they actually start doing it, right? Because when it comes to being a producer, I think a lot of my connections, I'd say a good like 60%, I made a lot of my connections through writing, right? So interviewing artists and interviewing designers and producers, and just really staying on top of writing introduced me to so many other people, more so than even just like putting out my own music did. So there's a lot of benefits here to underground media, and really getting involved in Music Mondays. So there's a lot of things to kind of think about when it comes to joining the Music Monday staff team, right? It's not just fucking uh not just all willy nilly. It's definitely something that obviously you guys know I take very seriously, because it's my job. It's how I keep the lights on as well as Zomb Slays. Um, but yeah, yeah. So that's kind of the deal with Music Money's roles in 2024. We are looking to fill every single one of those roles. Like I said, we're really trying to add like 3 or 4 more people to the staff team before we kind of cut off recruiting. Um, just to really fill in some gaps, and really give more people a chance to publish content that they want to publish. Right. So again, this will be on YouTube as well. So definitely leave a comment if you have any questions. Definitely like the video, and make sure you subscribe, man, because we're like 3 subs away from 260 still. So definitely sub the channel if you haven't already. And feel free to send us a message if you have any questions about Music Mondays roles. Let's get it.